This little girl needs to be looked after during the day while her father's at work. In this film, we'll be looking at one answer to the problem. And we'll be looking at Daniel here, who has a different special need. He suffered brain damage at birth. And the Pattison family. Their older daughter's fine, but the twins, Robert and Alistair, are very seriously deaf. What can be done for them?
Does it work? Does the magnet work?
Let's start with children who, for some reason, can't be looked after at home during the day. In some places, there are centres like this to give a helping hand, a day nursery. We asked the matron what happens here.
Our children come here because, for some reason or another, they can't be cared for in their own home. And we hope that our home is as welcoming to the children.
Hello, Ian. Can you give Mummy a big kiss?
That's it, come on.
Good. Bye-bye. Goodbye to Mum. Bye.
It's a tremendous opportunity for the children to form warm relationships, and I think this is the basis of living, and this is one of our aims. Through the process of a child's play, so their education is established. The type of play that the children are experiencing in the nursery is preparing them for school, for reading, maths. They're developing all sorts of physical skills, but to my mind, most important, they're developing social skills. I think it's an important aspect of living, isn't it?
There he comes, out the other side. And on Friday, you get through 1, 2, 3.
Story time, something very important for all young children.
Oranges.
It's not eating.
And there we are.
What
And on Saturday, you get all through this. On Saturday,
a lolly and an ice cream.
you get through some chocolate cake.
Why are these children here? Why do they need this special kind of nursery care?
There are numerous situations. I couldn't hope to cover all of them. The one which immediately jumps to mind is the unsupported parent, possibly a widow or widower, an unmarried mother, husband or wife with a sick parent. Numerous reasons.
There's nobody that could look after him while I go out to work, and therefore I wouldn't be able to lead a full life without going out to work, with me being on my own with him. So it's helped me a great deal.
Other reasons might be children who lack opportunity to play freely. For instance, children living in high-rise flats, children living in a home situation where perhaps there's a sick grandma or grandpa and the play is restricted.
At the time we lived in a flat and there wasn't any garden for her to play in. And it's brought her on very well since she's been coming here. She likes her friends and all the games she can play.
Well, where there's only one parent working, the fee is £2 per week. Where there's two parents working, the fee's £6.25 a week. Where money is very tight, it can be a free place.
There are different fees in some areas. Day nurseries like this one have to be a sort of part-time home for the children. They can make a big difference for families where a single parent or even both parents have to go out to work because money's so short or where there are other difficulties. In fact, any child could benefit from this kind of preschool education. Unfortunately, there aren't enough nurseries to go around and they cost money to build and run. All this is something you need to think about. It's part of the business of trying to make sure that all children get a fair deal. And here's a place providing help of a different kind. Here, the problem is that all these children have suffered brain damage of some kind, and they come to Rodney House in Manchester for special training. There, on the left, is Daniel. He has cerebral palsy. He suffered brain damage at birth, and his right side is affected. His parents knew there was something wrong when he was born. They consulted doctors, and eventually a specialist told them what was the matter.
He would be a hemiplegic. That's to say the whole of the right side had been affected. They couldn't assess him mentally at the time. Yes. He was only 9 months old. They did say that generally, in the case of a hemiplegic, it doesn't necessarily affect his mental capabilities.
It's terribly upsetting, but I mean, you've got to do the best for the child you can possibly do. There's no good, just sitting back and crying about it. But, you've got to find the best help for your child.
They were advised to take Daniel for regular visits to Rodney House, where a lot can be done for him. The physiotherapists work hard to get him to use the right-hand side of his body, his right leg.
Where's it gone? Where's it gone? David? David, where are you? David McGregor, where are you?
His arms,
I'd like to turn him round and get him going the other way.
always encouraging him to use his right arm.
Down, down. Yes, what's he doing, David? Oh, what's he doing?
Can you find a red one like that?
He has individual tuition from special teachers.
That's right. Put them together like that there. I'm going to do one like that. Can you do one like that? Hey, make it go round like that. Oh, that's super. There. Yeah, stay like that too. Can I put it in here?
He needs speech therapy because his face is affected.
Put it on the chair, Daniel. Put it on the chair. Go on. Put it on the chair. Oh, good boy. Put it on the chair. Go on. Put it on the chair, Daniel. Oh, good boy. And the gun as well. Shall we give you a clap? Good lad. Put it back down. Look at Erica. It goes... Which one is it? Nearly. It's nearly there. Okay. Look, Daniel. Daniel, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, Daniel. Daniel, look in the mirror. What is it? Look at Erica.
This takes great skill and a lot of patience.
Look over here. Look over here, Daniel. Look.
He has to learn all the mouth movements that come so easily to most children.
Daniel, try. Look. Good boy. That's right, and that's your favourite one, isn't it?
But of course his parents have the most important part to play. We asked his mother what's the hardest part.
The hardest? Getting him to do his exercises, I suppose, to concentrate. Nothing's really hard. I mean, it's just an everyday thing, really.
Let me see you with this hand on as well. Now hold tight.
At Rodney House, they've been taught how to get him to do his exercises at home, like this, as part of playing. And they have to work hard at it and try not to make him bored or resentful.
Hold tight. Hold tight. Squeeze, hold tight. Hold tight.
He's not very good at concentrating. And to have to sit there, day after day, making him do this. You don't want to read the book?
He needs what all children need from their parents, plus a lot more. She's getting him to use his right arm while she reads to him.
But whenever he went 1, 2, 3, his big feet pounded so they shook the whole jungle. Oh, dear. And whenever he went kick, he kicked over a tree or a brush. Can Daniel say anything?
Bye-bye.
That's a bird. It's called a parrot. What does the bird do? Show me what the bird does. Daniel, show Mummy what the bird does. Oh, you're sleepy. Night-night, then.
This little boy has a different handicap. Maybe it's in some ways a worse one because it can be mistaken for something else, like being simply awkward, for instance. He's almost completely deaf.
Baba, 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 Baba.
Here's the Pattison family. They have a big problem. 2 problems, really. Their daughter's got normal hearing, but both the twin boys are very
I
deaf.
think we'd partially come to terms with the fact that one of them was quite badly deaf, hadn't we? When come to terms with the other one.
They too have found a place where they can get a lot of help. It's the Manchester University Department of Audiology and Education for the Deaf. The family go there regularly.
One of the things that's important about this...
They get expert advice on the best ways to help the twins cope with their handicap.
Which is very important. People have to learn to take the test. And I think this is a thing about deaf children. people can stand children who, you know, don't respond very well. But if they do things like snatching and they don't take turns, then they're not very acceptable. So, you know, training in turn taking is obviously very important from
They always have plenty of questions to ask.
How important is using the speech trainer? I mean, how much is going to help them as opposed to using ordinary hearing aids?
Well, both your children have got high-powered hearing aids, which are very good quality. But there are some advantages in, you know, in the use of a speech trainer. This is, you know, it's a high-fidelity amplifier with a very good microphone.
Yes, I've had a great temptation once or twice to correct words.
That the children are saying?
Yes, for instance, Robert is trying to say his brother's name, Alistair.
Yeah.
He's beginning to realise that there's something in the place of D. No, he doesn't say the D, Alistair.
Yeah. When it would be far better if you say, oh, is it Alistair you're looking for? Well, Alistair's in the garden. That's giving you 2 goes at putting a good, clear pattern about Alistair into his ears.
Yes, I think I have been doing this as well. And,
that's right. Well, I think that is really the best way to tackle it at this stage.
How many children have hearing difficulties? Is this a common handicap? We asked the head of the audiology department, Professor Taylor.
Well, there's about 1 in 1,000 who are severely affected. That is, they have a nerve deafness, and they're born with it, and nothing can be done surgically about that or medically. On the other hand, there's about 10% of school children who have some degree of hearing loss, which is, as we call it, conductive deafness, and that usually can be treated medically or surgically. And the great thing to remember is that very early diagnosis is essential.
Young children must have properly conducted hearing tests. It's important to make sure that the child's reacting to the sound the tester's making and not just catching sight of him out of the corner of his eye. The man on the right is using his antics to keep the child looking straight ahead at him.
It's a nice one, isn't it, eh? Are you watching this one?
There's no hearing problem in this case. When a child does prove to be deaf, it can be hereditary, genetic deafness.
We have been able to show, and other studies have shown, that about 50% of all babies born deaf have a genetic cause for the deafness. The parents are normal, but the baby is deaf.
The twins are genetically deaf. Nothing could have been done to prevent it, but some deafness could be prevented.
The other important major cause which leads us on to the possible prevention are the infections in the mother's pregnancy. And by far the biggest single cause of that is the German measles or the rubella problem, which causes about 1/3 of deafness in all babies born deaf. That's a very high figure, as I think you'll appreciate.
This means that if a girl hasn't had German measles as a child, which makes her immune, she should do something about it when she gets older. There is a safe vaccine.
We advise very strongly that all females who are of childbearing age are immunized against the possibility of contracting the rubella virus infection in pregnancy, and so prevent, I think, something like 1/3 of all deaf babies being born.
But if a child's very deaf and can't be cured, what can be done? The Manchester University Audiology Department educates parents so that they can help their deaf children. Listen to this demonstration.
The first list of words is completely unfiltered. Ship, rug, fan, haze, cheek. I'm now going to filter all the sound above 1,000 hertz.
This is how a partially deaf person might hear.
Fun, will, that, shape, wreath.
But suppose he uses a complete sentence, not just separate words. It's easier to understand. Listen.
Mother will bake a cake for my birthday.
So you should speak in sentences to deaf people, not use single words. Now listen to what it's like if your hearing's very poor.
Sun, heel, wide. Leave the door key under the mat.
The sentence is again much easier to understand. But the whole thing's even harder if you can't see the person speaking to you.
Okay, sorry.
It's even more difficult when you can't see the face of the speaker.
Fib, fat, some, heel, wide. Father comes home from work at tea time.
Let's become even deafer.
Still, cat, sun, sheep, wise. We read some stories after tea.
So people like the twins' parents are taught that they must speak in sentences, keep the speech flowing, and look at the children as they talk to them.
Has he got a feather in his hat? You put him in the boat. Come on. You put the boat down. You put him in the boat.
Oh, it's going to tip up.
It's going to sink.
Oh!
When the twins were born, she wasn't yet 2, and suddenly undiagnosed twins are presented.
It's tough on Fiona, the older daughter, who sees so much attention given to Robert and Alistair.
Situation. If the children had been normally hearing, she still finds it very difficult. But since she's gone to school, she's much happier.
That's a red one for Fiona.
Hang on a minute.
They have to make sure that she's involved in all their efforts to help the boys. It's hard work, but rewarding, like bringing up any children you love.
Come on, Robert.
Well, let's get something else to blow. How about another boat? Look at this. We'll put it in the water when you say go.
Right.
All right? Take your thumb out then.
You put it in
We're
the
going
water.
to say 1, 2.
Wait.
Right, there we are. Put it in the water.
You try it this time. You put it in the
It's
water.
Nelly.
Well done.
What advice would they give to parents who find they've got a handicapped child?
I think the first thing we did was to go to the library, didn't we?
Yes.
We always do, whatever happens, any information, we always go to the library. And so George came home with a book on deafness. So I think that would be one of the first things to do, just to inquire as much as possible where you can get help, information. Because the more information you can get, the more you can help yourself.
The sooner you accept it and get
Better.
on with it, then you do it. The better for the child, the better for yourselves, rather than sit back and...
You must go and seek professional help, certainly, to find out what's the matter with the child, what can be done for the child.
Get in there and get it sorted out quickly and get your fears sorted out.
And how do they want other people to treat their children?
Just
Look,
treat
never
him like
mind.
any other child. He's no different to your child. If he falls, he'll fall. If he cuts himself, you know. We can't go around protecting him. I mean, he's just got to be accepted like any other child. He is in the family. I mean, there's no difference whatsoever, is there?
No.
As normally as they possibly can.
Yes, and talk to them rather than talk to us. You know,
And to have patience with them.
Patience, love, all the time you've got.
Let me see you.
That's what Daniel needs, and the twins, but it's what all children need.
Go.
It's what your children will have the right to expect from you. It's what these Family Matters films have been all about.
Go. Well done.
Makes a noise when you bang it, doesn't it?
Remember that?